A very good evening, everyone. This is Roman, the digital consultant and coach, and today we're going to talk about the 5 key strategies to run Facebook ads. So, if you're here with me live, just drop a comment in the chat box so I know you're here. Super excited to be doing this. Every week, I come here to bring you some valuable information based on my experience and my knowledge so that you can accelerate your progress, so that you can get unstuck and keep moving towards your goals. Okay, so I'm here to inspire you to take action. Sometimes you just need someone to give you that additional push, or maybe there is some sort of information that you've been looking for, and maybe you find it over here. All right, so whatever it is, my commitment to you is to show up every week to deliver something that will be valuable to you based on the poll that I ask in the group. I always ask you what you would like to learn, and the poll that won the most votes was with respect to Facebook ad strategies. So I'm gonna get straight into it. So let's get started. I'm gonna share my screen. And if you can see my screen, you should see it. All right, the 5 key strategies to run Facebook ads to maximize your results. Also, before I start, I've realized that all these trainings have been going on for 50, 60 minutes. And honestly, I know the attention span of the human being is very little. So I'm going to try to keep this particular training as concise as possible and still keep it power packed, okay, and value driven. So I'm going to get straight into it. Why should you listen to me? Because I personally spend over 5 lakhs I've been in business for almost 2 years now, and I've invested my own money in Facebook ads. I've run ads to generate leads for a webinar. I've run ads to directly sell a product. I have a 499 workshop that I was selling directly through Facebook. So, the ads would go, people would buy, I would get those emails of, money being credited to my account, even when I was sleeping. That was pretty cool. I've also run ads to getting people on the call. Okay. I've also run ads for other clients as well. Okay. So I have this much experience. This is what qualifies me to speak to you and to share some knowledge with respect to Facebook ads. Okay. So now let's move on to the next one. Who is this training for? Anyone who wants to start running Facebook ads, anyone who is already running Facebook ads, and anybody who's interested in learning. As simple as that. So if you fall into these three, then you are in the right place. Okay. Now, what will you learn? What am I going to cover in this training? 5 key strategies related to audience targeting, which is very, very important. Ad copy, which is what you write in your ad. The ad image. Okay, what are the guidelines with respect to creating an image that attracts attention? The budget. How do you know how much to spend, and how do you how do you know for how long to spend that, to know if the results are good or not? And the last one is retargeting, which is extremely important, and I'm going to highlight some strategies on that as well. So I hope you're excited. Like I said, I'm going to keep moving on. I'm going to read your comments later, but make sure you engage. Make sure you drop a comment if you're finding this valuable. At any point in time you have a moment where, like, wow, that was valuable, just type valuable in the chat box. Okay, I'm doing this for you, so your feedback obviously is important. Now, what you should know first is that my results are not typical. Like, these strategies will definitely help you, but your results depend on multiple factors, like what you're offering, your your whatever your process is, it will differ. You yourself are a different individual. I'm a different individual. So obviously the results will not be the same, but these strategies will definitely help you, give you some direction. Facebook ads have various objectives, right? There is, you can run an ad to sell a product. You can run an ad to generate a lead. You can run an ad to create brand awareness. You can run an ad to, I mean, there are so many different objectives. So depending on your goals, what your objective for running an ad is, the performance will vary. This is not a training to teach you how to set up an ad from scratch. No, I'm not teaching you how to set up an ad from scratch. I actually do that with my premium clients, and it's a 3 to 4 hour session I take with them just to teach them how to run Facebook ads. So I'm only going to share some key strategies to help you maximize your efforts and reduce the trial and error. It's always recommended to not start using Facebook ads if you don't have a budget. Okay, so if you want to run Facebook ads, then you need to ensure that you have a budget kept aside. because that will give you some room to see what's happening, understand, test, and then scale. But you need to have a budget. Okay. I'm going to explain more about this a little later. So let's talk about Facebook, the big, mighty king of social media. So here are some facts. As of 2020, Facebook had 2.74 billion monthly active users. Okay. That is crazy. So there's a high possibility that your potential client, customer, is on Facebook. Okay. 2.74 billion people actively using Facebook. That's the meaning of monthly active users. Okay. More than 40% are from Asia Pacific countries. So India, Southeast Asia, all the Asian countries are comprising like 40% of this. So that's how many Asians use it. Okay. And we are Asian, in case you didn't know. 94% of Facebook ad revenues from mobile. So obviously a lot of people are using Facebook, extremely less on desktop and extremely more on their mobiles, right? We all do. I use it on my mobile. You use it. So 94% of the Facebook ad revenue, so the money that Facebook makes, is through mobile users. Okay. And the range of age of people who use Facebook the most is between 25 to 49. Okay, so here are some facts I just wanted to highlight. So let's get straight into it. The five key strategies. The first one is audience targeting. So I'm actually going to share my screen into my ad dashboard and explain to you about audience targeting. So let me just do that really quickly. One, two, and where is three? Three. Boom. So now we're in the ads manager, and just to give you an insight, is if you can see over here, let me just highlight it for you. Spend more than 5 lakhs. This is as you can see on top, it says lifetime spend 5 lakhs. So I have some idea what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, whenever you are creating or whenever you're selecting your audience, okay, for your targeting, let's just create a ad, and then I'll move into the. Okay, so see, as I mentioned earlier, the objectives are different. Okay, so I'm not going to get into this right now since we don't have time for it, but I'm going to select conversions, which is 95% of my ads are conversion ads. Is basically when you want someone to take a particular action, where you want someone to, if you want to generate a lead, if you want someone to purchase something, there's a conversion happening. It's a conversion event. Conversion doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. Even someone giving you their name and email address so that you generate a lead is a conversion event. So now I'm in the ad interface editor. Okay, I'm going to go to new ad set, and this is basically where you go into your audience. Okay, so I'm only going to focus on audience. Now, let's take an example of what we're promoting. So let's say that you have maybe a webinar that you want to promote, and it is for, maybe it's a webinar on fitness, let's say yoga, and you only want to, your audience. See, it's very important to know who your audience is. This is called profiling your dream customer. Who is your dream customer? Who's your ideal customer? Who's your ideal client? Until unless you don't know who your ideal customer is, this is going to be a very difficult process, because if you think that you want to help each and every one, you'll end up helping no one. So it's very important to be very specific with who your audience is, and then your audience targeting with respect to running a Facebook ad will actually make sense. It'll be very easy for you to apply the strategy that I'm going to share with you, instead of just trying to show your ad to every person on earth, right? We don't want to focus on showing our ad to each and every person. We want to make sure that it's very clear, straight to the point, sniper laser focused. Okay, so let's say we want to promote a webinar for a yoga masterclass to women between a particular age. Okay, so you see, like, I've just taken an example. So the first thing you want to do is in your audience targeting location. Now, it's an exception if you want to target people in a particular state. Let's say you only want to target people in your nearby locality. See, it's a whole different ball game if you have a local business. Right here, I'm not talking about whether you have a local business. I'm saying if you have an online business, then obviously you want to reach out to people all across India. Okay. And here is my tip. The first tip is, when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're not just leaving it as India. Okay, because India has a huge population, and maybe, like, your audience is not like all across India. Maybe they're just predominantly in the metropolitan cities. So what I would do, because see, at the end of the day, think about it. If you think about the whole process, at the end of the day, if you're doing a webinar, that means that at the end of the webinar, you want to offer an opportunity to your audience to purchase your product or purchase your service, right? So you want to make sure that your audience actually has the purchasing power. So does someone in a village have a purchasing power? Maybe not. But someone in a metropolitan city, absolutely. So this is very basic. So if I go here and just I'll just take a few metropolitan cities. Okay, let's say Bangalore. I'm actually typing it out. So just take Bangalore, Mumbai. I'll take just a few. So you get an idea. Bangalore, Mumbai, let's say, which is the other one? New Delhi, New Delhi, New Delhi. Okay, it's Delhi actually, right? On the city. And let's say Kolkata. And let's take one more, okay, my hometown, which is Pune. So as you can see on the right hand side now, these are some factors on the right hand side. It shows you your potential reach, 76 million, which means what? It means that the number of people based on just the cities that we've chosen and this age, there's a potential reach of your ad can be seen by potentially 76 million in this particular demographic. Okay, obviously we're going to make changes, but you're going to see as we start targeting our audience, we're going to start seeing the numbers over here decrease. Okay, so I've just taken these metropolitan cities for now. Another thing is that, as you see over here, it says plus 25 miles. Facebook is American, so they don't use kilometers but miles. And basically, it says over here that, do you want to target people in Bangalore and in the radius of 25 miles around Bangalore? That means outskirts. Maybe you don't want to target people outside Bangalore. So you can just click over here and say current city only, and then it'll only target people in Bangalore, right? So people who have actually, when when you mention to Facebook on your profile which city are you in, that's how Facebook knows and picks up this data and gives this data to the advertiser to use to show you the ad, right? So Facebook actually collects, this is a fun fact, by the way, Facebook actually collects more than 5,000 points of information on each and every Facebook user. All the pages we like, the videos we like, the interests we actually tell Facebook that we have. Facebook collects all this information and gives it to the advertiser on a silver platter. That's why we have audience targeting, because Facebook has all this information, and then Facebook sells the opportunity for advertisers like us to target the right audience based on that information. So it's crazy. And I'm going to show you how crazy it is. Okay, let's say you want to target women between age of 30 to 45. So you just, okay, this part is easy. So you just select the age group. So you see on the right hand side, the audience reach has reduced from 76 million to 25 million people. So basically, in the 5 metropolitan cities we've chosen, people between the age of 30 to 45, your reach is 25 million. We want to only, let's say, target women. Again, you will see now it will drop from 25 million to 7.5 million. Now here comes the interesting part. This is called detailed targeting. So when we click on edit over here, you have all the specific interest targeting that you can do. Okay. So now if I'm running, let's say I'm doing a yoga masterclass promotion, a webinar promotion for maybe a client. So this is what I would do, right? Actually, I'll show you what most people do the wrong way, and then I'll show you the right way. So most people go here, they'll type yoga, and it takes some time to load. And then see over here, it says interest, click on yoga. And then what they do is that they click on suggestions. Okay, so suggestions is basically where Facebook automatically populates more suggestions based on the first keyword that you've chosen. So when you click on suggestions, you'll see health and wellness, meditation, physical fitness. It's all linked to yoga, right? So most people, what they do is that they keep clicking on this. Okay, so I'm going to keep clicking on all these additional interests that Facebook is suggesting. I'll just take a few. And this is actually, I'm actually going to come to the point that this is where most people do this wrong. Now, if you see over here, if I remove this, so in case you don't know what this is basically, it's an option which you have. Like if you want to reach people beyond your targeting, then what it's going to do is that you're telling Facebook that this is the interest that I've chosen. But if you feel that there are more interests beyond this, then please spend my money and show ads to those people as well. You understand? So when you're clear with your interest that you've chosen for your targeting, you don't need Facebook to spend your money and try to use its own brain. Okay. So here you're telling, it's at the end of the day, it's artificial intelligence. It's a software, or it's yeah, the artificial intelligence. And you have to basically feed the right information so that the machine can deliver the right result. Okay, this is not a human being doing this for you. Okay, so I keep this off. Now, as you can see, that based on the 5 cities that I've chosen and the age group and the gender and all these interests that I've chosen, the reach is 3.8 million. Now that is a huge reach. Okay, that's too broad. And this is the biggest mistake that people make, is that they go for like millions and millions of people to reach. But you're not really giving Facebook the opportunity to show your ad to the right people. By having a broad reach, okay, based on your audience definition, you're basically making it confusing for Facebook. So how do you simplify it for Facebook, right? How do you make it easy? Is by basically reducing the potential reach between anywhere between 500,000 to 1 million is great. That is a sweet spot. Okay, anything above 1 million is just, it's like it's too broad. Okay, so how do we really narrow it down? So here comes another tip with audience targeting, is that you have the opportunity to narrow the audience. So let's say I wanna attract I wanna get women between the age of 30 to 45 in these 5 metropolitan cities to register for the webinar. Okay. Now, if I look at all these are very generic interests: health and wellness, mindfulness, personal care, quality of life, well-being, meditation, physical fitness, yoga. Like even someone who has liked these pages related to these interests may not be necessarily someone who does yoga, right? For example, there are so many people who know that Tiger Woods is a golfer, and they have liked Tiger Woods on his Facebook page. But that doesn't mean that those same people are also golfers, right? Tiger Woods is also a celebrity. So it's like every person who likes Shah Rukh Khan's Facebook page is not someone who wants to be an actor. So how do you isolate the audience that is more relevant to what you have to offer? At the end of the day, you want to attract people who are actively interested in doing yoga or are already doing yoga, but they want to take yoga to the next level. So how do we really isolate? So the next point is that we narrow the audience. Okay, we don't want to just be too broad. So by narrowing, basically now we have an opportunity. It's like the Venn diagram, right? So we have an opportunity to tell Facebook that we want to show this ad to people who have interest in well-being, meditation, physical fitness, yoga, health and wellness, etc. But they also should, also should be, a fan of maybe some yoga celebrity. Okay, so I know one yoga celebrity is Shilpa Shetty. She's got her own yoga program and all that. So I can type by Shilpa Shetty, and then you will see it comes over here. Now, if I click over here, you'll see the audience reach has become 390,000 people. So now I know that people who are interested in yoga, but also like Shilpa Shetty, there's a higher possibility of this segment of people being interested in actively learning yoga. Okay, so just let me take another example. Let's say that I want to promote a webinar or a masterclass, whatever you want to call it, on let's say let's say kung fu. Okay, very random, but I want to give you an idea. So now, if I go and type Kung Fu, I can also go and type Bruce Lee. I can also go and type, all the suggestions that come. But then to really narrow the audience, I want to make sure I look for either a magazine or a celebrity or a book or an interest that someone will actually have. Like if you are someone, you like Kung Fu because you like Bruce Lee. Are you someone who wants to learn Kung Fu? Maybe not. But who would be someone who would really like to learn Kung Fu? Is someone who maybe reads a particular Kung Fu magazine. Then you can add that as an extra layer. Or someone who basically follows not a Kung Fu celebrity, but an actual Kung Fu artist, like a karate champion. Okay. So you need to understand that this layering is really important for you to segment who your relevant audience is, because just by typing interest like this, you're basically throwing money. You're giving Facebook like, take my money, and Facebook is going to spend your money, and the results are not going to be up to the mark. So you have to understand the process of layering your audience. This is how you do audience targeting. You have to tell Facebook that I want to show my ad to people who'll have these interests, but you have to be smart, and you got to be so smart. You got to realize that if somebody wants to actually learn yoga, yes, they will be interested in, yoga, meditation, physical, these kind of pages related to these kind of interests. But if someone who really wants to learn yoga, maybe there is some kind of a yoga training course that only yoga, like people who are interested in yoga know. Maybe there's a special yoga magazine. Now if you're actually a yoga enthusiast and you actually want to learn more stuff related to yoga, maybe there's a special magazine that you read. Maybe there's a show on TV, so you can look for that show or look for that magazine, and then you're basically optimizing your audience targeting. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. When you're doing this, I keep this off. You can also exclude people. Let's say you want to exclude people who you don't want in that segment. Okay, I'll give you an example. Maybe you want to exclude people who like violence. No, that's a stupid example. Maybe you want to exclude people who like some kind of a boxer. I like basic. I never use exclude. I always just make sure I layer my audience. And the best part is that if you want, you can go further. You can go another layer down, another layer down. So you can actually target someone who is interested in yoga, also a fan of Shilpa Shetty, and also is someone who uh, likes Oprah. Oprah is basically like a very motivational speak. Like she's like the queen of television shows, and she does a lot of charity and all that stuff. She's a billionaire. So I click here, Oprah Winfrey. So you see over here, I can go as layered as I want. Now it's only showing 9,800 people. So this is not going to work at all, right? It's too small. So you want to make sure that you are anywhere between the range, like 390,000 is great. Okay. But just make sure it's anywhere between 500,000, which is 500,000, 5 lakh, or 1 million. So that should be the range. Again, it depends on your settings, your cities that you've chosen, and who exactly is your audience. It could be even specific to. I'll give you another example. Let's say you want to run a masterclass where you want to teach chess. So Vishwanathan Anand is not just a chess world class grandmaster, but he's also a celebrity. People know Vishwanathan Anand who don't even play chess. So if you want to target chess players, what would you do? You'd basically, put in the first layer, you put chess. You'll probably put Vishwanathan Anand, and then the second layer, you'll probably put a name of a chess magazine that only chess players or chess beginners know, or probably put a name of a Russian chess grandmaster only chess players will know, and that's how you will be more targeted with your audience. The reason I'm spending so much time on this is because if you get this wrong, your ad is screwed. Then you'll just be hoping, where are the results, why are people not converting, this is this, and then you're just throwing away money. So this is really important. Now again, it depends on your business and stuff. Okay, so I hope if you found any value in what I just said, then just drop the word value. And I'm going to see your comments later because I am broadcasting this off Zoom. Okay, I'm just going to let someone. Okay, just wanted to approve someone. Okay, so what is the next thing? See, I can't help it. Even if I want to make it a short training, I just have to cover so much because I want to make sure you guys have all the information. The second one is ad copy. Okay, these are basic. Ad copy is basically what you write in the ad. Now, again, this depends on what you're promoting. Are you directly selling a product? Are you promoting a webinar? Are you getting someone to buy an ebook? Are you giving a free ebook? Whatever your lead magnet is, your copy is really important because your copy is what stops people from scrolling and actually pays attention. Your copy and your image, but your copy is what they read, right? So these are just a few of my ads. As you can see, the engagement. If you can see the engagement, like, I get a lot of engagement on my ads. This is like over 900 people have liked it. Now you imagine if 900 people have liked it, how many people actually clicked on it? Like, that's the numbers. 142 shares. People have actually shared my ad on their Facebook to share with others. This is excellent engagement. Okay. So I've tested a lot of different ads. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to basically open up my ad manager again and show you a few of the ads that I have personally done and kind of give you the flow of how your ad copy should be structured. So let me just come over here and okay, so I'm going to close this. We do not want to promote any webinar for women right now. Okay, I'm going to go here. Now, the best way to see all your ads that you have published in the past is you go to page posts. So the menu over here, page posts, it's loading. Okay. Let me just switch off my video. Maybe it'll accelerate the pace. Okay. So as you can see, when you go to page posts in your ads manager, it shows you publish posts, scheduled posts, and ad posts. So you click on ad posts, it'll basically show you if you have an ad manager and you've already been running ads, it'll show you all the ads that you've run in the past. So as you can see over here, that's a lot of ads. Okay. So yeah, it just keeps going on and on. Okay. But I want to show you some examples. So, okay, this is one example. Now here is an ad where basically it's simple, okay, free 30-minute training. And here I've focused on delivering value. Okay, so in this copy, I have just given valuable information. Okay, I've spoken about facts. I've spoken about the opportunity. So I'm actually giving people like a coaching, like a small coaching in my ad copy. And frequently asked questions and also who this is for. So basically, I've covered, it's like I've given a lot of valuable information to get someone interested and to get someone to, actually watch this training. Okay. So when you give value upfront, it is, because so many people today, what they do is that they just, you don't want your copy, your ad copy to be like, selling something. It shouldn't come across as salesy because you understand that people when they're scrolling through Facebook, they're actually scrolling through Facebook to to see fun stuff, to see what their friends are up to, to watch videos and stuff. So you need to have an ad that fits into the general flow of your audience and their attention. So you don't want to just write an ad that says buy this now or watch this webinar now. No, you want to build a conversation within your copy. Okay. So here, this is just an example. I tested it out where I had an image. Okay. Just simple image, wrote free 30-minute training, and I posted a lot of value in the copy. Now, the question I get is that do people actually read so much? Yes, you will be surprised that people actually do read, and and you want people to read because that's why you've written it. Okay. Let me show you another ad. Okay, this is a ad of mine that did exceptionally well. It was totally out of the box. So if you can read it over here, I've written like, okay, a checklist. Wake up early, check notifications, head to work, scroll through Facebook, reach work, check emails, eagerly wait for your tea, coffee. It's going to be a long day, meetings with the clients, report to manager, finally it's lunchtime. Talk about all the things you'd rather do with your peers or cry about how much work you have, reminded about deadline submissions, it's tea time, more emails, it's almost time to officially leave, but that's impossible. For a second, you zone out thinking about life and how you imagined it. Reality check. You scroll through Instagram and Facebook to see people who are living better lives. You feel worse. Deadline is passed. Overtime. It's 9 p.m. and you're done. You watch your favorite show on Netflix and fall asleep, repeat, waiting for the weekend. Or you can join the Employee to Entrepreneur Bootcamp and learn how to rewire your mindset for entrepreneurship and start the next chapter of your life. So you will never see an ad like this, but this ad did exceptionally well for me. Um, and I've used this ad twice. One is to sell a 499 rupee workshop, and one is to get people to watch my free training. So I scroll down. I will show you the same. Okay, it's way down actually, but you get an idea that when you're doing your when you've done enough ads, then you also like it's fun to experiment and see how you can do something that is out of the box. Okay, so here this is the same copy, but this was again you see March 26th. You can see over here same copy, but I've only changed one thing. All this, or you can watch this free training and discover how you can transform your skills, knowledge, or experience into an online business. Click here to watch. Okay, so this I'm going to show you a basic idea of how, if you're starting out especially, to write your ads. So I'm going to show you an ad. This is the first ad I did. Okay, this is the first ad that I did, and luckily my first ad did really well. Okay, so I had a video which I'm not going to play right now. But you can see over here, I've said, have you always wanted to start something of your own because you wanted more freedom, time, and self-respect? I'm on a mission to help people build their personal economy through digital entrepreneurship. If you're serious to learn, then I can assure you it'll be time well spent. Click on the button below that says learn more to confirm your spot for the next month. This is when I was doing webinars. Okay, now because I have a video, I could keep the copy short because I want people to watch the video. And this did really well. September 20, this is 2019. It did well then because that time webinars were not as, there weren't many webinars being conducted. If you look today, everyone is doing a webinar. It's become, it's become like a market of webinars. And there's nothing wrong with it. But when you're, running an ad to a webinar, then you have to really make sure that your copy stands out. So let me show you how my copy evolved. So let me show you another ad really quickly. So I want to show you like a flow. Okay, let's see this one. So here again, I'm promoting a free training. This is not a webinar, it's a recorded training. And here I directly say what they're going to learn in the training. The 3 secrets to digital entrepreneurship. So I explain secret number 1, secret number 2, secret number 3. And then I say all this simplified into a 30-minute masterclass. Now see, the thing is that when you're giving away a training for free, you're going to have more people click on it because it's free, right? So the emphasis on the copy is just to get someone to click on the ad and get access to the free training. But if it was a workshop that you're selling for 599 or for whatever 99 to 499, then you obviously have to give more compelling reasons in your copy as to why someone should go and see. When someone clicks on your ad where you're selling something, they click on the ad because they're interested in what you have to offer. Like they're willing to consider making a purchase. But when you're giving away a free training or you're doing a free webinar, then it's easier to sell the click. The whole purpose of an ad is to do what? You want people to click on your ad, right? You want them to take the next step. You want them to convert into a lead. You want them to attend your webinar, whatever it is. You have to understand that these factors differ. Okay. Let me show you another one. I'll show you another example of a flow. And at the end of this training, I'm also going to show you how you can study other people's ad copies. Okay, so let me just come back here. Okay, so here's another ad that I did. It was a video ad. And as you can see, so I test a lot of different things. So what I've realized, okay, here are a few tips for you, is your first sentence should call out your audience directly or indirectly. So I've also used copy where I've said, as you can see over here, attention, aspiring. Okay, let me show you this. So you want to call out who your ideal audience is, whether it's people who are interested in yoga, then you will start off by saying, you know, um, Do you love yoga, but you're not able to get the results that you expect? Question mark, right? Then this is all copywriting. So here, as you can see, attention aspiring coaches and trainers. I'm stating a fact. Coaching is already $1 billion industry, and the internet has created a level playing field for equal opportunity for everyone. Do people come to you for advice? Do you know how to do something that someone else would want to learn? Then why not transform your knowledge into your business? Millions are doing it already. That's why e-learning is going to cross $376 billion by 2026. That's a very big market. This is the greatest time to make it happen for yourself, to do something meaningful that creates a sense of fulfillment in your life, etc., etc. Does sharing your knowledge and helping others make you smile? What if you could do that for a living? What if I showed you how for free? Here's a training. And then I explain what is covered in the training. And then so you see, it's conversational. It's not like some company written script. I'm having a conversation. It's a one-way conversation, but it's like a person talking to a person, right? If I were talking to a person, I would literally speak like this. So when you're writing your ads, you need to make sure that it is conversational. It is like you would speak to a friend. Okay. Now here's the structure. The first step is you call out who your audience is. You get their attention that, hey, do you want to build your online course in the next 2 months? Are you struggling with, are you struggling to grow in your career? And are you struggling in your career? Question mark. Then you've got their attention. It's a headline always matters. Then you probably can give some facts about the industry, or you can basically ask more questions like, are you still struggling with weight loss? Did you know that? And give some facts. You're giving, so basically how it works is that in MBA, in marketing schools and MBA, they teach a formula called AIDA, which is basically get someone's attention. Then once you have someone's attention, you have to convert their attention into interest. So give more valuable information. Then you want to not just convert someone's interest. You want to convert someone's interest into the desire, right? There should be an emotional connection. So people do a lot of they write a small story, like they say, again, this depends business to business, but when you write your own personal story, you can say something like, let's say it's weight loss, like, I know exactly how you feel. 6 months back I weighed 150 kgs, but then I realized that there was a smarter way to get results faster, ethically, and without sacrificing my diet and lifestyle. Today, I'm going to share with you all of that so you can get the benefit and you can experience the transformation that you truly deserve. Just click on this link right now to download this ebook. So it's also, there's an emotional connection. So people, their interest converts into a desire, and then desire converts into an action. Okay. Another tip is that I've noticed that when you add emojis in your copy, it just stands out. It just becomes more attractive. And always put a link. Even though if people click on your ad, they're going to go to the same link. Just, this is a practice that I've seen a lot of experts do, and I've done it myself. Just drop the link even in the ad copy. Okay, so even though people have to click on the ad, at the end of the day, what do you want? You want people to click, right? So make sure you do that. So this is with respect to ad copy. I hope you've got some valuable golden nuggets from this process. So you want to get someone's attention, then convert their attention into an interest. Share some facts, or share what are the current problems being faced, and then you share, like, the what is the solution, but you don't give away the solution. You give a highlight of the solution, and then you give a call to action. Okay. So if you're finding this valuable so far, just type valuable in the chat box. See, damn it, I'm just I can just go on talking, but I want to make sure I cover everything. Okay, so I'm gonna start going faster now. But if you're finding this interesting, then your feedback really matters. The third is ad image. Now, before, Facebook had a rule that you couldn't put more than 20% text on the ad, but now that rule has been waived off. So now you can put as much text as you want in your ad. These are just some examples of the images. Your image basically has to stand out. Now, again, depending on, let's say you're doing a webinar, let's say you're giving away a free training or a free ebook, always repeat the headline on your image. Okay, and it always adds value when you put your personal image, because then people can see you. They see that you're the person who is providing this training or is selling this workshop or whatever. So you need to have a headline, that comes on your image, like this online coaching empire, this is very vague. I would actually have to be extremely interested to go read the copy. But if I see this, I'm going to be like, you know, what is this? So you see over here, how to build a profitable business growth strategy in 3 hours. It's very clear, it's very direct. People see the image and sometimes they won't even read the copy, but the image is fine. But you see the image and the copy go hand in hand. Some people like to read, some people like to see. Everyone is different. So you see over here also, build your online course, 2 days live. It's clear. What are you getting? What is the person getting if they click on your ad? It's clear. So that's the whole purpose. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just go with colors that represent you, your brand. There is something called color psychology, um, which you can Google. Every brand has a color psychology. The reason why McDonald's is a particular color, Nike is a particular color, is because there's a psychology behind that. I can't get into it right now, but you can always Google it. But you see the images over here. This is just whatever I saw on my Facebook feed. That this is how you want to make sure you're putting your face out there, and you want to make sure on your image it's attractive, it's bright, and it's got the attention headline on the image. Okay, nothing complicated. And a bonus point over here is that, see, you do not know which ad, image, or copy is going to do well until unless you test it. But given the strategies that I've shared so far, you will be avoiding a lot of mistakes that people make. Okay, and that's what I want for you. I don't want you to throw your money at Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg already has all the money he needs. The last one is budget. Sorry, the fourth point is budget. Now, how do you know how much to spend on your Facebook ad? So let's say that you have a campaign and you have multiple ad sets and then you have multiple ads. Now, in case you're confused what ad sets and ads are, like I mentioned, this is not a training to teach you how to run Facebook ads, but I'm going to just briefly tell you. The campaign is like the parent. The ad sets are basically where you decide, like, what audiences do you want to target, what city do you want to target. So let's say this ad set could be it could be, the same thing the we did earlier: women between age of 30 to 45 in the 5 metropolitan cities. And under this I can have one image, one video. And then maybe this one can be uh, a different audience targeting. Maybe, I want to test a different audience targeting under the image, or this could be the same image but under a different audience targeting. The third can be another audience targeting, or maybe I want to target to 4 different cities and create separate boxes for them. So this can be Bombay or Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, this thing. Or maybe this can be people who are interested in yoga, people interested in meditation, people interested in wellness, people interested in uh, mindfulness, whatever. So those are different ad sets. Ad sets basically mean your audience targeting and the city. Ads are basically image or video. So now how do you decide how much to spend on your ads? The minimum should be 250 rupees per ad. So if you have, like over here, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ads, that means your campaign budget optimization, CBO, is basically where you set a budget at the campaign level, and Facebook automatically optimizes that spend on the ads that are performing better. So if an ad is performing better than the other, then Facebook will allocate the funds mostly there. So it's based on performance. So here, but this is how much you should keep: minimum 250 rupees per ad. Or you can just make it easier for yourself and create 4 separate campaigns. So one campaign can be, maybe, you have an image. One campaign can be maybe a different audience. So this is, if you're a beginner, then this is easier. You can create 4 different campaigns, set the budget at 250 rupees, and then you can even have the same ad set all over here. Maybe you want to test different images, or maybe you want to test a video, but your budget should be minimum 250 rupees. And then once you run your ad, how long do you run it for to know whether it's working or not? I would say, at least, I would say, if you can, a week. Like 5 days should be minimum, so you can actually understand. Because Facebook, you need to give Facebook some time to take your settings into its machine, and actually get you the results you're looking for. You need to give Facebook some amount of time, not a month, not a week, but just like 5 days. And then you will see, okay, maybe this campaign is not doing well. Stop it. Maybe this one is doing well. Scale it, right? You need to have the information based on what ads are doing well and what ads are not doing well. So the moment you realize that this ad, let's say this ad is generating a lead at maybe 50 rupees, and maybe this ad is generating a lead at 150 rupees. So it just, then you have information, use that information to make the right decision. Okay, the last point is, if you guys are finding this valuable, I'm going to check your comments out later, but I will look forward to reading your comments. In case you're watching a replay, then it applies to you as well. Okay, so the last point was retargeting. Retargeting is so important, because it allows you to really bring your cost of advertising low and target people who have expressed an interest but have not converted. So what does that mean? If you're new to retargeting, then I'm going to simplify it for you. But you see, if you have a website, the basic website, okay, the basic funnel that you require is to have a page where people can land on. So obviously, if you're doing, let's say you're promoting a webinar, people have to first give their name and email to register for that webinar. So that is the landing page where they register. Then once they register, they go to a thank you page that says, thank you for registering for the webinar. Please check your email for the reminders, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So this is your website. Now your website, yeah, so this is your website. So what does retargeting do is basically Facebook gives you the opportunity to add a pixel, which is a code on your website pages and create conversion events or custom conversion events. So Pixel, what it does is that it communicates. It's a bridge of communication between your ad and your website. So you can tell Facebook that I want to generate leads. So how will Facebook know when a lead actually is created? When somebody goes to the thank you page. Once they've given their information and they've registered for the webinar, or they have opted in for your free ebook or your free training, when they reach on this page, then we want to tell Facebook that, okay, now this person has become a lead. So how does Facebook can't magically know all this information. So this is really, really powerful. Setting up a pixel on your website is extremely important. I see a lot of people who are just running ads directly to a payment page. Facebook cannot, you won't be able to use that. How do I put it across in the most simplest form? When you have these custom conversion events created and you have a pixel on your website, you can then set a retargeting ad to show an ad to people who have visited your landing page, but they have not taken action. They've not become a lead. So that becomes like a follow-up ad. And because there are so many ads being floating around in the market, when someone sees an ad again, maybe the first time they saw the ad, they clicked on it, but then for whatever reason, some distraction, and they didn't put in their information to register for the webinar. Okay, maybe you're thinking, Romit, maybe they were not interested in the webinar. Maybe, of course, but there's a lot of people who, they will go to the page, but they will not register or they'll not convert. So you want to send another ad specifically to those people. And when you send an ad that is specific to people who've already expressed an interest, then it brings down your cost for your advertising, cost per lead or whatever your costing is. So this is just a basic understanding of retargeting. There are obviously more advanced strategies to this, but I wanted to just make you understand that retargeting is a really important strategy on its own if you want to, improve the results of your ads. Okay, so just wanted to put that across. Okay, so now a bonus tip for you guys is that if you want to, like you see so many ads out there, okay, and if you want to go and see what ads, your competitors are doing, how do you ethically spy on your competitors' ads? Instead of waiting on your Facebook and scrolling and waiting to see your competitors' ads, how do you do that, without waiting to see, to see the ad? It's really simple. Facebook has an ads library, which is public. So I'm going to quickly show you this. So you basically go to Chrome and you type Facebook ads library, exactly what I said. You click on the first link, as library, and you can just search for that person's page. Okay, make sure you click on search all, because this is by default selected. So if you search anything here, it won't come. Click on search all, and then just type whatever. Let's say you want to type let's say a comparator. Let's say I want to see Robin Sharma's ads. So I find Robin Sharma, and you can see, I can see all his ads over here. There you go. I have Robin Sharma's ads on my screen. Okay, so I can click here, I can read his copy, I can see his image, and I can get ideas. So you can do that for whoever you want. Okay, so that's a really cool resource. It's absolutely free. And let's see what else is there. So that's a bonus tip. If you liked it, let me know. All right. So guys, remember that your Facebook ads are useless if you don't have a sales process or something to offer. You have to have something to offer, even if you're just generating leads, or you want to get more people to book a call with you. You want to get more people to buy your free training, not buy your free training, so get your free training, or buy your product. It could be any product. It could be a workshop, a 5-day workshop, a 2-day workshop, a 2-day webinar. A lot of people are doing different ways, but you know what I'm talking about. But you need to have a sales process or something to offer. Even if you don't have something to sell, you can still generate leads with Facebook ads, and then later on you can sell. But you need to have something to offer. All right. So guys, I'm gonna close this again. I tried to keep it as concise as possible. I wanted to cover as much information as I possibly could. Now, if you are someone who wants to take action, you want a proven system, you want to have something to offer, you want to have an irresistible offer to give to the market for which you can get paid. You're looking for someone to actually show you how to do it, to help you execute it the right way without making the mistakes that cost you money and time. See, money will always come back, but time, if you spend your time trying to do something, it's going to take you a lot of time. But if you want to reduce the amount of time and you want to get the results, then I advise you to book a call with me. Just go to this link, romitj.co/apply, or just shoot me a message on Facebook, or just drop a comment in this under this video, and I'll check it out. And you will schedule a call. We get on a call. You follow the process. There'll be a small form you have to fill out so I can understand you more. This is not a sales call. Okay, this is a call for me to see where you are, what you're doing, where you're struggling, if you are, and to give you an action plan. And if you need my help, right? And if we are a good fit, because it could be possible that you don't like my face, you don't like how I look, how I talk, how I speak, and or maybe I feel that you're not a good fit to work with me. Then obviously that's a different story. But we're going to see that, and that happens on the phone call. So my goal on the call is to give you value, is to give you an action plan. And then if you still need help, if you want someone to coach you, hold you accountable, be your mentor, only then, and if we are a good fit, only then will I discuss an opportunity where we can work together. But otherwise, it's just a call. We'll get on the call, we'll talk, I'll understand what you're doing, what your goals are, what you want to achieve, what's your plan. I'll give you a plan, and then it's really amazing. A lot of people I've spoken to on the phone, they have come with one problem. I've given them a solution, and they're not clients, but they were very happy with the call. So there's literally no strings attached, nothing to lose, everything to gain. So if that's someone that sounds like you, then just go to the link, or drop a message, or shoot me a message. It's not that difficult to get my attention if you're in this group. And to close this training, if you found this valuable, if you cannot see where you are going, ask someone who has been there before. So I just want to leave that quote with you. Have an amazing, amazing night, guys. I'm going to see you guys next week. I'm going to run a poll in the Facebook group again, and then you can let me know what you want me to teach you, what kind of training you want me to conduct. Okay. So take care, stay inspired, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.